Alright, it begins. McKitafat, making content every day, all the time, for about 30 days. This is basically a meme. Anyway, but it's basically true. We're gonna be doing a daily content creation thing again, as I did earlier this year. Though this one is gonna be a lot more focused. We're gonna be mostly concerned with producing shit for my video game. Which, like, you know, if you've been around my channel, you probably know about that one. If you haven't, then I'm making a video game. It's called Rose and Thorn, and it's basically kind of like a Metroidvania type. I don't have a ton done right now, because I've been sidetracked with my various other commitments, like school and shit. But now that the semester's wrapped up, I have about a month. I have about a solid month to get my shit on track and start really trying to do this thing. So I'm hoping that with this month I can get, like, you know, I can try to get a few more people on board with this project and, you know, expand my internet influence. So to do that, this first introductory video, I just want to kind of go over what I'm going to be doing day by day. So I have this Trello open. I have a couple Trellos. We'll go to the other one in a moment. But basically, these are all the things I'm going to be doing every day. And actually, I should change these a bit. So I'm going to use the date 12/21, and they'll be the same. I'm just going to talk while I do this. So yeah, I'm going to be doing again. Then I'm basically going to drag this over to done. Or I'm going to. I also make a shitty trash folder in case I don't do one of these things on any given day. This is the most important one. The one on the bottom is the most important one. But in order to build up my own like self-hatred, I'm gonna also do a not done. So now, like, I'll do each of these every day, and all the ones that I didn't do, I'll stick in here. So I have a growing list of my regrets. Technically speaking, I already posted on Twitter today, but I'm not gonna count that. I'm gonna do something else later in the day, to post on Twitter about, because let's be real, announcing this project isn't really progress. It's just a promise of progress. So we're not going to really be counting that. So let's just move on. You understand all this shit. I do a stream or YouTube video every day about my video game, and I share like some facets of it throughout these social media accounts. So what else can I do? Let's go to my other things. This is my Rose and Thorn board, which I did have content in it, but I decided to start fresh, kick off like week by kind of weekly goals. So this week's goal, by the way, Fridays are going to be my update days, because Friday is actually the day I have the least going on. So I have the most ability to kind of, like, you know, focus on in terms of like the bureaucratic stuff. So next week I'll be doing another one of these kinds of videos. But this week, from right now till next Friday, what I want to do, finish level 1. Now this sounds like a very kind of lofty goal, right? But it's what I want to do. I'm not gonna finish level 1 up to the extent like where like it's gonna be the release level 1. But I want an early demo. I want an early demo for level 1 available. And like the thing about this game is that it's a Metroidvania. It's not gonna have a strict level 1 really. But when I call it level 1, it's a tutorial area. So I guess I should call it the tutorial area. I guess it's a more accurate term. Tutorial area. And so now I gotta, so this video is just gonna be me adding cards and explaining what those cards are about, in order to create, in order to like kind of list out all of the areas I need to complete in order to finish this card. So this card is like a master card. It's gonna go all the way in the bottom, and once I finish all the rest of the cards in here that I'm gonna create, then I will finish off that card. And depending on how well I do, we'll see where we are next week. So first card is gonna be level design layout. So this comprises drawing out the level, like the full level, kind of explaining what happens where, and then creating it on my primitive tile set, which I have. I'll just drag over the project real fast of what I have of the first level. Some of you might have already seen it, but here it is. So this is my first level so far. Basically, I'm gonna say the win condition of this week is to have the entire level mapped out with this kind of tile, with primitive tile sets and stuff. However, the top tier goal would be to have it mapped out and also have newer tiles, like a thematic and correct tiles for what I want, and hopefully maybe even a background. But let's take it one step at a time here. So yeah, that's what level design layout, and that's this is going to be label this game design. So basically, also I'm gonna get inside there, draw out. So there's gonna be 3 steps to this: draw out the level in like Photoshop or puts on paper or something like that. 2 is going to be designate areas. So like, for example, designate areas of hostility. So like designate an area where, like, you know, creatures will spawn. Designate areas where, like, you know, maybe there's like some environmental hazards. Designate areas where, like, I want the player to be knowing, like, learning something in that area. So designate areas. And 3 is going to be primitive mockup, and that would be this one. Yep. So level design and layout. That's what one goal. Another goal is going to be enemies and hazards. So I just want to create assets for all the enemies and hazards that are going to be in this first area. This is more going to be art and assets. I'm not necessarily going to be implementing them, but I want them there to implement, at least. Implementing them can be like a bonus goal. So I have the enemies and hazards, level design, layout. And really, those are the 2 main components of finishing off the tutorial area. So we're going to create some bonus goals, basically. Bonus will be implement all enemies. This is going to be a programming one, a programming entry. And next up, create basic tile set. Bonus, create basic tile set. Shoot. It's going to be another art and assets one. And then last bonus is going to be make background. Hopefully a parallax background. And this is going to be another art and assets one. Lots of art and assets you can see here. So I'm going to create another list. This is going to be overall goals. This, like, I'm just going to drag all these onto here. And actually, to do is honestly not what I want out of this right now. So doing. This is going to be where I'm going to store the specific tasks I'm going to be doing. So I'm not going to put anything in here yet. Instead, I will be keeping track of this, and like maybe I'll go over it in the next video about like my process of how I did all this. But basically, how I intend to do it is get started on one thing, create a card for it. Like when I'm first like decide like, okay, what do I want to get done first? Create a card for it. For the specific thing. So for example, if I want to draw out like everything, like if I want to draw out the entirety of this first area on like Photoshop or something, that'll be a card, and when I complete it, it'll be shifted to the done area, and then I'll see that through until it's done. Actually, okay. So I want to change this too. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I'm kind of doing this on the fly almost. Not completely on the fly. Like I had a plan for this, but it's modifying the plan as I go on. So completed tasks. In progress tasks. So basically, I'm gonna have completed goals. So here it is. So basically, how this is gonna work is the tasks are the little things. They're drawing out the first level. They're drawing out like an enemy sprite. And so for every one of those, they're going to be a new task, and I'll complete them as I complete them. And then once I have all the tasks for one of these goals done, I'll drag over the goal and probably archive with the tasks or something. This is probably again like modified by next time you see it, just as I condense and like refigure how kind of work through my mind how exactly I'm going to be progressing as I progress. Right. So this is basically everything I want to get done in the next week. And this looks really, really small, but enemies and hazards, that's like every enemy appearing in level 1. Level design layout, that's like, again, that's the entirety of this process of drawing it out. Oh wait, view edits, save. I forgot to save them. It's fine. So drawing out the level, designate like different areas, like to remind myself, like, okay, I want this to happen here, I want that to happen here, and then do the primitive mock-up in Godot properly, and then yeah. So this is what I want to do by the end of it. My kind of like hidden priority, like what I really want to get accomplished, is at least the create basic tile set, because I've been looking at this gray void for a long ass time, and I really want to get something like looking nice on here. And I mean, the enemies and the player all look great, but like I need to do more. To get this show on the road. So that'll basically do it for this one. Again, just trying to set up my goals and kind of be clear about what I'm trying to do here. But if you are into all of this shit, hit me up on Discord. I have in the link below, I have a Discord link. You could be able to talk to me if you have questions on the project. I can point you in the right direction to my various videos if you're curious about a particular aspect. I also do streams. Again, link below. Twitch.tv/burning-sprites. I'll probably do a dev stream today. And shit. Various social medias, all in the description. You understand the concept. So yeah, that's it for now. Yeah, see ya.